Am I on? Yep,
Ready.
yep.
I gotta.
Good morning. How's everybody? Wait. I was expecting high and dry. All right, we're going to have some fun today. I've heard a lot of rumors, heard a lot of stuff. We're going to address that. First of all, what we're going to do is, if you have questions, you can send it via email, JKV Live. Now, some of this stuff we've gone over before. Some of the stuff is going to sound redundant, some of the stuff, but I would, in my own defense, we have gone through 2 hurricanes in the last month, so as has staff. I want to take a minute on that also. There are some things, when a community is tested, there are some things that you can really find out about yourself and find out about your staff. And I've learned a lot about you, and I've learned a lot about my staff. And I got to tell you, from my perspective, the employees love you guys. They love you guys. And you love them back. What we've gone through, Helene went by us. We just got a little bit of wind, and it was all made up for by Milton. And we have some information we're going to share on there because we've talked about a number of things. But you learn a lot about how resilient a community is and how close they are and how much they love each other. And I stand up here today amazed by the relationship between you, our employees, and our employees and you. I can't ask for anything more. You've been so gracious, you've been so kind, everybody has been understanding. We had to pull employees, or we had to pull residents out of their homes that had water in them, and every single one of them have been very, very gracious to deal with. And we have worked nonstop to try to make things happen for people, and we will continue to do so. If you have questions, emails, send them JKV Live, johnknox.com, calls 386-456-1558, text messages at 386-507-4236. Val, we talk about this each time because we have 70, 80 new residents on campus. With having that many, what is Val? It's our village alert line. We send out updates, we send out emails, we send out things that make your phone ring. If you do have a phone, please put it on silence. I don't have my phone with me, so it won't go off. But please stay engaged on the Val platform. That is the best way to get information for us to put information out. So, we're going to play a game. We're going to call it the Rumor Roundup. All right? Don't be cheating and don't be reading it now. there are all kinds of rumors. So, and it starts, sometimes I don't know where it starts. Other times I do because I started it. But some of these I don't. So, rumor, the pool is being converted to a giant koi pond. True or false? False. See, you guys are, all right, keep count, see how many of you get right. With all the water we currently have on campus, we're going to start raising fish for a new sushi bar at JJ's. True or false? False. We've purchased a boat and we'll begin using Intervillage water taxi. True or false? False. We're creating a new woodworking shop. True or false? True. It is true. Good. You guys are 4 for 4. Okay. We're installing a zip line between the apartments and the cottages to speed up transportation. True or false? False. All right. JKV campus received water from almost a half a mile away. True. True. I start there because everybody says, Joe, you're an idiot. You knew Floribunda Pond was going to flood again. We took every single measure we could. Has anybody been down Monastery? Yeah? Go down Monastery. 2 spots on Monastery, the road is completely washed away. The road is washed away and has put a 10-foot divot underneath the road. That road's going to be closed for a little while. The orange line that you see running through that, where the road is washed out, that's our fiber optic line that runs from Monastery down to Oak Park. And yes, it still works. It's still there. It still works. Mark and I on Saturday just got a little bit more curious than we thought we should. So we started following the yellow brick road. And you can see where there was water from a half a mile away that came in between houses, and it just flooded and just washed that away. You know where that water ended up? At the lowest point, which is Lake Silverstone. There are people on the back side on the east of us. There, you can see where the water washed through, and it washed debris and everything else between houses to get to the lake. Some of it went into their houses. A number of those people have got houses that received water. I'm going to tell you, there's no way we could have planned for it to be able to handle that much water. Now, we thought we were in good shape, and I'm going to tell you, at 1 o'clock in the morning, we were. I felt pretty good, so about 1:30 I laid down. 1:45, I get a knock on my door. Joe, we got to go. And we watched it. We watched the ponds at Valencia Landing. We watched all the other ponds, and that's when we had to start doing rescues, because we watched water travel across the top of the ground and come like a waterfall down Floribunda. There is no way we could have controlled that. Why? It wasn't water from our property. So, we'll take another approach. I don't see us putting those back anytime soon until all these other issues get addressed. And I got to tell you, it's going to be a while before Orange City can address all those issues, because it's not just our issue, it's a bigger issue with Orange City. So I think you all got 100% on the quiz, so let's give yourself a round of applause. Ready, set, go. Okay, the other thing I want to do is, remember, when in doubt, don't shout, just ask us. If you've got a question, if you have a rumor, if you heard, hey, Joe, I've heard this. I hear that all the time. Joe, I heard that you were going to. No. Oftentimes, spreading rumors is really hurtful to other people. And we're here to keep the facts straight and the smiles wide. Stay curious, stay kind, and enjoy the ride, but no zip lines yet. Okay? We good? Occupancy. I know that number is wrong. It's 474 out of 467, so it's 87.5%. It's 278. Why that diverted back, I'm not really sure, but it's 278 out of 300, and it's 92.7. 58 out of 100. Villas are 73 out of 74. And Valencia Landing is 66 out of 68. I know I changed those numbers. Oakview Suites is 46 out of 49 for 93.9, and Majestic Oaks, I did say Oakview Suites, I hope, 46 out of 49. Oakview Suites is 46 out of 49. Majestic Oaks is 125 out of 135. Our total is, we are at 484 out of 542. And so all the villas are sold out. They are 100% occupied. What isn't occupied is already sold. So I will correct that and get that moving. Political activities. I want to stay on this. This will be the last time you see it for this year. We're a 501c, which prohibits our organization from participating in political activities, specifically relevant part of the code that states that organizations are absolutely prohibited directly and indirectly participating. How do we handle that? Is if we have two candidates, one from each side of the aisle, and we want to have a debate, we certainly can do that. If we have a candidate that wants to come and wants to talk to you and they represent only one side of the aisle, we won't do that. We want to make sure that you get an opportunity to get both sides of an issue. So we encourage that if we can get candidates together. Sometimes it's difficult to get candidates, and sometimes there's 3 candidates and one of them just can't make it. And if all 3 can't make it, then we don't do it. So please, that also means no yard signs, no window signs. Don't put any signs in your window. One side of the aisle is going to be offended by that. Let's not play that game. Let's just, you know who you want, and move forward with that. Administration, temporary mail delivery. Administration is coordinating our mail delivery to ensure individuals with temporary addresses, those that you were just washed out, receive your mail promptly. We will make sure it gets delivered to you in person. They'll probably deliver it to the office. The office will run it up to you. I have been asked to make sure you know if you have missing documents, you're going to receive a letter in November, December. I can't count the number of times that we deal with families and not all the information is there, or the information has changed. Somebody sends us their power of attorney, but we have a document that says you're not the power of attorney. So which is it? We want to make sure that we're careful. We want you to give us the information. There are some of you that, and it's okay, I mean, I think it's LegalZoom.com. You go there, you fill out the paperwork. It doesn't have anything. You have somebody certify it. If it doesn't come from you, we won't accept it, because we'll get it from a family member of yours. We don't know if you signed that paperwork. It's a fair presumption if you give it to us, you're the one who signed it. If it comes from one of your children that might not have a good relationship or might be estranged to you, that's a cause for a red flag, and we kind of make them jump through hoops. So anytime you have something like that, please, please, please give it to us. We won't always accept it from your family, especially if it doesn't have any legal authentication on it, for example, an attorney or a law office of some sort. Service fee and committee checks, main reception is unable to accept that. So don't take your monthly service fee check or take a check, throw it down at Tina. Tina is great, she's wonderful, very, very competent, but don't give it to her. Now you've put her in a bad position, because if that check comes up missing with all the other paperwork that she's shuffling around, it's on her. And nobody will feel worse about that than Tina. So go around the corner, there's a little box, drop it in the slot, and we'll be good. So please, and it doesn't make any difference who's at the reception desk, even if it's Vicky, and especially don't do it if you see my ugly mug at that reception desk. Visitor badges, we're coming into the time of the year where you want to have additional visitors. It's holiday season. Please make sure they wear their name badges. I have instructed all my staff, I mean all my staff, if they see somebody walking through the community without a badge on, to stop them and ask them if they can be helped. So please make sure they wear a badge. Just for your information, on a quarterly basis, at the end of each quarter, I do an employee town hall. I just did my employee town hall a week or two ago, and that was one of the instructions I gave them, is please make sure if you see somebody walking through the community, and they seem like they're not even if they look like they know where they're going, stop them. If you haven't seen their face before, stop them. That is one of the things that we do to help provide a safe environment. The main reception office has blank living wills and healthcare surrogate forms available should you need them. And you can return package for Federal Express and UPS. Just go and ask the ladies at the front desk to help you. Specifically, again, Tina or Vicky. If I'm up there, don't ask. Just a real quick update on accounting. They had a resident quarterly on 9/17. Cynthia wanted me to make sure that the 2025 monthly service fee increases were announced. You received a written letter referencing the percentage, but in your November statements, you'll receive an individualized letter with exactly what your amount is. Fair enough? So we may say you're paying $1,000 a month, and you're going to have a 2.9% increase. November statement will tell you exactly what that number is. All right? She's met with the Finance Committee on 9/4. They reviewed the second quarter financial report from Florida Office of Insurance Regulation. That's what that stands for. And then the 990 return for the 990 for 2023. Yes, we've had Milton, and we're still working with, it's actually Ian and Nicole. That's proven very interesting. PBJ, payroll-based journaling, is going to be processed. What is payroll-based journaling? So nursing homes don't cheat on how they report their staffing. They have to actually send a file to CMS of the people and how the people that were actually paid during that quarter on a day-by-day basis. So if somebody has a 4 or 5 star in staffing, it's legit because you actually have to send your payroll to CMS. You can't just say, oh, this is what I scheduled and this is what showed up. You have to show the people that you've paid. And the 2023 audits, retirement is in the final stages. Workers' comp, they always audit us. Why? Because we've been able to reduce our workers' comp costs over the years, and they're trying to get every dime they can from us, and the cost report for 2023 is in process. HR, I bet you didn't know. Can you tell me what our turnover rate is? Now, for some of you who are quick, you saw it. I'm sorry? 534. So, what is a good turnover rate for a healthcare community? We have 602 employees. What's a good turnover rate? I know, please don't say 0. Nobody has 0. For a healthcare community, 30% is pretty good. Anything below 30%, that's all right. Now, total employees back in August of 23 was 534. We're currently at 602. Our turnover rate last year was 21.3. This year, it's less than 17. It's less than 17. I would clap too, by God. You know, think about that. What is 17% of 600? That's a lot of people. That's a lot of employees. So retention, we've been able to increase retention from 80 to almost 84. Workers' comp claims, we had 8 last year. We have 9 currently. And the number of hotline complaints. The employees have access to a hotline, If they don't like the way something is going, they call the hotline and we take care of it. Last year, and those were early in 2023, and we've had 0 since. So no hotline complaints so far this year. Levels of staffing, that's just good information. We just give you that. Elvira wanted you to have that information so you know how big various departments are. As you can imagine, one of the biggest departments is Majestic Oaks. Almost half of our employees work down at Majestic Oaks. And so when you put healthcare together, the majority of our employees, far majority, work in healthcare of some sort. A dining service is 115 employees. We have 355 full-time, 247 part-time employees. Now, if you didn't know, we have an employee educational scholarship. In the spring, this fall, we gave out 3 scholarships. I didn't because I have nothing to do with it. It is literally a scholarship. They can get up to $6,000 a year, $3,000 each semester. And that is run by the board. The board has somebody who takes care of that and works with people outside our community to put that together and to get those approved. We originally had 6. 2 didn't qualify. 1 couldn't get their information in, and so the remaining 3 all ended up with a scholarship. We had a gift that was given to us of $100,000 to use specifically for that employee scholarship program, and that's what we use it for. Now, the question that we've often heard is, do you guys take donations for your employee educational scholarship program? Absolutely, we do. If you want to or have any interest, please call me. This isn't run by the foundation. It is a separate account within JKV. We put the money aside, and the money comes out of and only out of that account, and it's not commingled with our regular funds. So any fundraising that goes into that, and then at 100% goes to the employees. And it's based upon whatever the need is for that particular semester. The application submission is October 15th through November 15th. So whoever would want, any employee who wants to submit for that, needs to have their application in by November 15th. And then I think by December 2nd, we'll make a decision, and they will be notified if they have received a scholarship for the spring semester. I guess that is what it is. And then 2024 year-end employee satisfaction survey is October 21st through November 17th. Now, before you ask, we haven't forgotten about you. We will deploy our resident satisfaction survey before November 15th. Fair enough? Clinical services, medical response. If you're not feeling well, please contact medical response as soon as possible. And I think I'm talking to anybody who's stubborn, not just men, because I know some women that can be stubborn. If you're not feeling well, let us know. Let us know quickly. We've had all kinds of employees that have decided to fight through things only to find out their health condition was far more serious than we even imagined, and landed up in the hospital. We don't want you to land up in the hospital. If we can do an early intervention, call us early. Don't wait a few hours, call us. That few hours might give us an opportunity to triage and get you the care that you really need, instead of you deciding, I'm going to tough this one out. If you get new insurance or Medicare card, please notify the clinic. In fact, Vicki, that's one of the things that Vicki's going to want for your file. And if you have supplemental or life insurance policy that covers co-payments, please make sure you have a copy and you share it. Vaccinations, Makeup Vaccination Clinic, October 21st, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., and October 24th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can sign up via the portal or contact Resident Services. New contracts are in progress from Integrated Health Services that include AmMed, CarePlus, Cigna, HealthSpring, and others. Now, you go, you get treated. Your doctors whether you have an opportunity to tell your doctor, hey, they have outpatient rehab at John Knox. Can I go there? You can. John Knox has home health. Can I use them? Absolutely. But if you don't speak up, they're going to send you where they want to send you. You're here because we want to make sure that you have continuity of care. We don't want outside caregivers coming in and deciding they want to handle it one way, and then we're like this with them. We're pretty good at what we do. Staff here is really, really good, pretty competent. And so I'm going to ask, just tell them and let them know, hey, John Knox can take care of that. Oak Park, Medicare Part D is coming up. Everybody knows that, right? October 15th to December 5th, Oak Park offers a free one-on-one review of your options for 2025. How many of you are going to take advantage of that? Come on, raise your hands. I should see almost everybody's hand up. If you have traditional Medicare, you should be taking advantage of this because those plans change every year. How do I know? My parents call me and ask me to do this for them. And I have to always go back and get the list of medications, put that all in. It's not hard. It's just a pain in the butt to do it. And so they call me. So in a couple of weeks, I'll be taking a trip, visit my parents. I'll be taking my laptop, and I will be doing it for them. But please, and it changes every year. You never know when it's going to change. Over-the-counter items can now be ordered at JKV Portal. Cool. Put Portal 10 to get 10% off and online. Did you know that? Yeah, so if there wasn't another reason for you to get on the portal, now there is. I think the last number I saw was like 538 residents on the portal. I think that's the number I saw. Monthly support. This hasn't really changed. Parkinson's group, grief support on the second Tuesday, first, second, third, fourth Monday. Chronic pain and fatigue support on the fourth Tuesday. Memory impairment and diabetic support. These are educational programs that are coming up. 10/22 is memory support. Halifax presents on diet and nutrition. Very important for memory. And studies just continue to show that memory issues, if you take either a combination of the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet, reduce your sugar and your salt, that helps with memory. So don't take my word for it. Go to the presentation. On 11/4 is a busy day. You got one at 1 o'clock, and then you have a Holiday Survival Florida Healthcare Plans coming on at 3 o'clock. And how to be fit when you must sit. There you go. This is my favorite. Attention caregivers. We started doing this. This is Timeout Tuesday. This is for caregiver spouses. And home health staff will go ahead and helps. I believe, if I remember correctly, it is in Oakview Suites. And if you're a caregiver and you need a break, let us help. Let us help. I can tell you, I've done this my entire adult life. Caregiver burnout is real. I have watched it happen. Don't. We offer this because we don't want burnout. You start showing up for this, it tells me that maybe I need to start offering more. I need to expand the program. And I know it's going to kill you to let your loved one be watched by somebody else just for 2 hours. I know that. Go get lunch, get a cup of coffee, take a walk, take a nap. Do whatever you want with that couple of hours. But please take advantage of it. Because the more you attend this and you do this, I can expand that program to make it more. Dining services, these are the themed meals. And for November, Chef's Cook-Off, Stuffed with Thanks for November 20th. kind of interested in what that one's going to be. And a chili bar on November 25th. Resident Services Jersey Day. If I remember, Candace, that's November 1st. Yes? So, yes, I have to do it. You Dallas Cowboy fans, wear your jersey. Wear your jersey. Just wear your jersey. We're encouraging employees to wear jerseys. That is their Jersey Day too, so everybody will show their NFL support. Daylight savings is a fall back on that weekend. Barker Center will be closed November 4th and 5th for the election. We use this as a polling area for the general election. So don't say you weren't given enough time. We do this for yourselves, because you have quite a big voting block here, and for the general population in the area, so they can come here and they can vote in a safe environment. Fair enough? So now you're going to say, but Joe, they put lawn signs. On the day of the election, they can put yard signs up around the Barker Center, and then when the election is over, we take them down. Okay? So don't say, I got you. And then NFL games are broadcasted on the pool deck, and a turkey trot. I know Talina will not forgive me if I forget to tell you this. Turkey trot on November 27th at 9 a.m. They call it turkey trot, but you can also walk it. This one I found pretty entertaining. I had to look it up because I didn't know what it was. Snake Eyes Band? I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a heavy metal group, but it isn't. And it looks like it's a pretty good group. And yes, it is spelled correctly. Carrie Watson presenting the history of Disney. These all look like these look like fun programs that this is all free entertainment. We want you to come, and nothing would please us more if the Barker Center was full during these. Because just think, if you come, and I'm just picking on Carrie, you come and watch Carrie does this presentation and the auditorium is full, Carrie's going to want to come back. That's what makes it enjoyable, is when you pack an auditorium full with people that want to watch it, these entertainers want to come back. So please, I know it sounds like I'm always banging on that drum, and I am, but we want you to go, we want you to attend these events, because then we can continue to do them, because then these people want to come back. Campus services. Oak Tree Grill refurbishment is scheduled to begin to take place in November. Can you imagine why we're not doing it in October? Cranes is going to be refurbished in 2025. We're going to do paint, carpet, give the Cranes dining room new chairs, tables, give that facelift. Thanksgiving. Please make sure you refer back to this. Seatings at JJ's will be 10:30, 12:30, and 2:30. Seating at the Cranes will be 11:30, 1:30, and 3:30. So don't tell me you had a 1:30 reservation at JJ's, because you didn't. It would have been at Cranes. So please, take this down, write this information down. Of course, we will pass it in the Village Weekly, so you have that information. We want to let you know now what that information is. Salad bar, we hit on this last time. Everybody got this, right? And I'll summarize it. Don't bring outside containers and fill up your outside containers with stuff from the salad bar. That's not part of the meal program. Because if I do it and I catch you, I'm going to charge you $20 per container. I just decided that. Healthcare, Majestic Oaks Memory Care Unit now features an interactive projected magic table thanks to the Medical Auxiliary. So Medical Auxiliary, thank you. I have heard that this is extremely popular. If you don't know what it is, or you're interested, or both, go find out. It's very, very cool. It is very cool. Resident staff participated in a fun carnival event. Renovations on the 200 wing are coming along well. I think I have that slide a little bit later too. It was delayed shipments were delayed due to the hurricane, so now it's trying to get that all rescheduled. A new hire employee orientation program has been updated. Sometimes, and I want to take a minute on that, sometimes we get feedback from you, and sometimes it does come in the form of a rumor because you don't want to tell us that I was treated rudely by a particular employee. You won't tell us what employee, so you don't give us an opportunity to address that employee. So now we have to address all our employees. And some employees who are very kind and very nice get offended by that. And all our employees wear a name badge. If somebody does that, get their name. Make it easy on us to make it easy on you. So then we don't have to try to do a shotgun approach every time something goes wrong. We can focus in and we know who that employee is. Because we'll have that conversation with them. And if it happens more than just a couple of times, they've identified themselves as a troublemaker and somebody that maybe shouldn't be here. So we're asking, don't use the rumor mill or say, hey, I want to say that this happened. Come to us, tell us. If you don't want to come to me, go to Mike Buxton. You don't want to go to Mike Buxton, go to Nicole. Go to the administrator at Majestic Oaks. Talk to them, let them know who that employee was. Please, please, please. And we still continue to make preparations for our annual survey, ACA survey, and after the first of the year, sometime, I think it's probably February or March, they're going to have their JACO survey also. When visiting Oakview Suites, please use AccuShield to sign in. I know it's sometimes easy, hey, I'm just going to go down there. In the office, by Jackie, there's the AccuShield sign in, so we know that you came and you made a visit. For those of you that are concerned about after hours, we have hired 2 LPNs to work the 11 to 7 shift. So on the 11 to 7 shift, if you're in independent living and you have a call and you call security, somebody should respond. Because if we don't have an employee here on 11 to 7 specifically, Oakview Suites is our backup. We have 2 LPNs we've hired for the 11 to 7 shift now. So they will respond. They're still in training. They have to understand this whole portion of responding out in the village and what does that mean to them and how does that go on. So the people are hired. They're in the process of being trained. So we continue to move in the right direction. And Oakview Suites started a resident book club. Oh, my favorite. I have been inundated with scams. I'm going to take a couple of minutes. I'm going to talk about this stuff because you know who's going to get inundated next? Look at each other because that's who it is. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We're going to talk about these are all the individual slides. Use strong passwords, multi-factor authentication. Everybody know what that is? You're going to learn and use it. Use it every time. Recognize and report a phishing and software updates. Everybody have a computer? How many people have a computer? Yeah. Whoa. You make sure your software is updated all the time? Security is updated on your? Yeah. All right. Strong passwords are 16 characters or longer. Longer is stronger. Now, this is how I remember it. Pick a phrase. Pick a phrase that you like. I love the residents of John Knox. How's that? And now change some of the characters in that. Put a couple of spaces in that. Now, what's the probability somebody's going to be able to guess that? Pretty tough. It's pretty tough. So, Scott gives a couple of recommendations. A good one is Horse Purple Hat Run. I wouldn't have guessed that, but then a great one is Horse Purple Hat Run Bay. And then an amazing one would be Horse Purple Hat Run Bay lifting and putting spaces in between. You can use spaces as a character. Me, I love to use all the weird characters. I can't tell you the rest because then you start guessing my passwords. Make them unique. Don't use your birthday. Don't use an old address. Don't use the place where you were born, because you know why? Somebody can go out and get that information if they don't have it already. Don't use your birthday plus your name plus the numbers, the date that you were born. Don't use that. All that stuff is easy to guess. So, make it unique. If you need a password manager, there's 1Password, there's Bitwarden, and then there's KeePass. I have access to over 275 websites that I have to have a username and a password. Now, I'm not going to tell you how I keep them. I have my own little system, but if you don't have a system, odds are you're using the same password over and over. Everybody knows that because you have a password for your banking account, you have a password for a variety of other things, your email, and what happens is they normally become pretty easy to do. So that's the way to get to a strong password. Multi-factor authentication. This, I'll give it to you in a nutshell. This is where you sign up for that. I have it on my bank. I have it on a number of my accounts. Once I go in, I hit a button and they send me a text message with a number, a unique number, a unique code. I type that in the line and I get in. So that's after I put my password in, I hit that and then I have to put that in. Everybody's got that on their bank account, right? Everybody, right? If you don't, get it done. Get it done. It provides extra security. It sends it to whether it's your email or your cell phone. I have it come to my cell phone. And the codes can be either numeric, text, or email. There's an authenticator app. The other thing is you probably have biometrics, whether you use your face and use your eyes, or you use a fingerprint. You know, everybody goes ahead and just uses their thumbprint or their index finger. You're not supposed to use either one of those, to be honest with you. So please, if you don't have this on your bank account, get it on your bank account. Get it on your investment account. Get it in a number of places. Strongly recommend that. Recognize and report a phishing. First thing is phishing. Get it? Don't take the bait. Come on. You guys are killing me today. That's when criminals send you. Here's one of the latest scams. You receive a package in the mail. And you open it and it looks like it's come from a provider, UPS, Amazon, FedEx. You open it up and you pull it out and it says, you've won. There might even be a small little gift. You've won this. Scan this QR code to find out what you've won. Should you do it? Not ever. Throw it away. Because you didn't win anything. Because once you scan that QR code, you've got access to all the information you have on your phone. Please, 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 don't ever do that unless you know what that QR code is from. The messages always look legitimate, and as you go down to the bottom, incorrect email address or links like Amazon, not Amazon, Amazon, you spin over that, everything else looks the same, and you're on a different site and you're like, well, what's going on? Let me put my password in, and now they have your password. And everybody knows how to unsubscribe to emails, yes? No? I'm not getting a lot of yeses. I would have expected to get a lot more yeses. Maybe we need to do a little class on that. Software updates, whether it is your laptop, your tablet, your phone, and this hit me this morning. I wake up, put up my phone, and do you want to install your update? Knowing that I was doing this today, of course, I put yes. But please don't. I'll do it later. I'll do it later, I'll do it later. Do it right away. And you should have enabled automatic updates. If you don't know what I'm talking about, again, we need to probably have a class and we need to talk about this. You should have your updates automatically enabled so they download for you. Some of the fun stuff, if you didn't know, we're down at the maintenance buildings. We're working on the roofs. All the roofs, 1091, 1107, 1108, have all passed inspections. We cleaned them and inspected them and put down a new covering on them. And now we're painting the buildings. We'll be painting the buildings different colors. Try to spruce it up a little bit down there. HR building, they started painting that, and that is 99% completed. And 1107, 1108 buildings will follow. I think one is going to be a blue and the other will be a deeper green. Apartment hallways, we have 2 bids. Can you believe that? 2 bids. The first bid was $752,000 to do the apartment hallway. $752,000. Second bid came in at $341,000. Guess which one we're taking? I've got most of this project together. I need to send it to the finance committee of the board so they can review it, they can approve it, and then we can take it to the full board for approval. So we're in a process, and then we're staging that project so we can get that project going also. Apartment expansion. These 104 or 102, 104, 101, 203, 202, 204, and 215, 221. We focused on those 4. I went and had an opportunity to look at these apartments the other day because with a few of you being displaced, some of you decided, hey, let me go check the apartments. Wow. I think we need to have a little bit of an open house because I was impressed with how nice these apartments are looking. Nice big shower. Yes, we found a way to put in a wash machine and dryer. Yeah. We just put a little fan on there, and so when the dryer comes on, the fan comes on, so it pushes it out. So it's pretty sharp. So I think we're going to do an open house so everybody can kind of walk through them, and hopefully we won't sell it before it's done, but it wouldn't surprise me. They are gorgeous. All of them have at least 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We decided to call the extra room flex space. So not necessarily an office, but it's flex space for you to use however you want to use it. But it is amazing. Even Shannon was impressed. So that's kind of what some of those are going to look like as you come in this one. At the top, you're going to walk in, the kitchen's on the left, you turn right. That's where I'm talking about when you turn right to go down to the room, that what we refer to as the master bedroom, because that's where the closet is, the bathroom. You have those 2 rooms there. One is a closet. The other, well, that's where we decided to put the wash machine and dryer. And so then it goes through and it vents out to the outside. So then you have additional space. You have an office. Just incredible space. Very, very cool. Looks really great. Like I said, I'm impressed. This is 1,300 square feet. Again, kind of walk in the middle. You got 2 rooms to your left, 2 rooms to your right. Smack dab in the middle. This, you're on the end. I did see this apartment. So you have a bedroom. You go by the kitchen. You have the great room. You have a little closet. You have a bedroom, or actually that's the flex room, and that's where the wash machine, nope, take it back. That's the flex room. Across the hall is the bedroom, and then you have the master bedroom with the closet and shower, master shower. Majestic Oaks, we talked about this, is 95% complete, and I am done 9 minutes early. Questions? Seeing none, just kidding. Hang on just one moment. Everybody wants to listen to you.
Thank you. The slide that you just showed us of the 4 apartments, they each had a dollar figure. What does that mean?
They each have a...
Yeah, like 45,000, 78,000.
They all have a...
Go back.
Apartment expansion renovation slide.
Right there.
Oh,
What does
yes.
that mean?
The dollar figure is, some of them were renovated already, so we just had to expand. Some of them were not. So that was the cost, our cost to renovate them. Now, so it wasn't cheap. When we normally renovate it, it normally costs us, even if it's a cottage. 2017, we changed our standards and we started upgrading a lot of things and started trying to open up the kitchens more and provide greater access. And so the cost of renovations started going up. And you can imagine with construction now what the cost of renovations are. So like, for example, 102, 104, those were mostly done, but to combine them, there was additional fees for that. Other questions?
If we already live in one of those large apartments,
Uh-huh.
is there an option to get the washer and dryer put in, or would that be at our cost?
Let's get together and talk about that. I appreciate you putting me on the spot, but I'm going to be politically correct and say, let's get together and talk about that. Fair enough? Other questions? Well, gosh, seeing none, again, I want to go back to thank you. You've been gracious, you've been warm, you've been very caring about your neighbor. We appreciate you reaching out to your neighbor like you did during the storm. We cannot ask any more than what you have done, and we have tried to make you proud in how our response to the survey has. We have people that have worked nonstop to try to make things right. And I know I'm going to try to see you before Thanksgiving. In case I don't, I'm going to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, but I'm going to try to find a way to get back in front of you before then. So you have a great day and be blessed. We'll talk to you soon.